Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the semi-final here at the Go4 StarCraft II Cup. We are starting on Dusk Towers here in this best of three. And spawning in the top position as the pink Terran player representing NB, we have Basior. Basior? Basior? Basior. And in the bottom position, as the red Zerg player representing ESG Gaming, we have one of the most feared Zerg players in Europe. It is Nerchio. And of course, one of the other most feared Zerg players in Europe is currently playing in the other semi-final. We have Snoot. So if both of those players win their respective semi-finals, and that is an if, then we could be seeing an all ZVZ Nerchio Snoot final, which wouldn't be the first time, of course, this has happened in Go4. So we'll see. We are starting on Dusk Towers. Let's check out if there are any crashed Protoss motherships here. It doesn't look like it. That looks like a weird-ass aqueduct right there. That looks like a ship of some description. Not too much going on. Whoa! Big warp drive. Has anyone seen the TV series Terra Nova? It was only on ABC for one season over in the States. That was a pretty kick-ass series, and that reminds me of the portal they used in that series. No spoilers. Check it out. One of the best cancelled series after one season, in my opinion. Loved it. Right. Anyway. Basior here. Not going to be doing too much. Very, very calm and collected. We've got the first Reaper on the way. Of course, they know where the other player spawns on this map, and there is that pocket expansion as well, but Nerchio is electing to expand a little bit further forward. That's a very good question from the chat. What has the friend count to do with invites? I don't know, but basically the invite got sent to me anyway, even though the friends list was full. So when I accepted the invite, it told me I couldn't accept it, which was a bit like lol. But hey ho. Reaper now trying to pick off a couple of lings, managing to kill off one there. Waiting for the queen to spawn. We have two lings. Do we have three? We have three lings! This is most excellent. 4 lings! Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, hang on. Officially 3. I swear I saw 4. But clearly the numbers don't lie. Still, 3 lings on that Reaper is pretty useful for Basior to start things off with. A very quick third CC coming down from him as well. So he's taking the pocket expansion. He's looking to expand down here. And that makes sense, of course, because you have got tanks and liberators that are able to fend off a lot of this area. It does leave this area vulnerable to drops and nidus and that kind of stuff, because there is quite a lot of surface area to think about. But less of a problem in TVZ than TVP when you have to worry about things like oracles, for example. So in the meantime, starport going down, all fairly standard. We've already got the reactor up on the factory. That's because we've got double Hellion production here. So this isn't something that we've seen a lot so far in today's tournament. We've been going speed, medevacs, who cares about the Hellions? But today looks to be ever so slightly different. He's continuing to build them as well, so the starport is going to stay on its lonesome without any add-on. And we have a single medevac production. Nerchio is going to be able to come in and see this as well, which is pretty darn good timing, I have to say, from the Overlord's point of view. And Roach Warren off the back of this too. Nerchio, oh, he's actually not moving that far out. He hasn't seen the Hellions yet either. So 4 Hellions, well, okay, if he hasn't seen them before, he's certainly seen them now. I'm going to go ahead and harass Zerglings in the middle of the map. That was a little bit fortunate because it does give Nerchio the scouting information he needs, even if he does lose a couple of lings in the process. And Stim, in the meantime, gets started back at home. Reactor going down very slowly on that starport as well. And that's because a tech lab is going down on the factory. Maybe would have put the tech lab on the starport and something. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what the composition ends up looking like first, because if we're going into straight siege tank production, we're absolutely going to hammer it home. Then fair play to ya. Right, has the Overlord seen the tech? He has not. He's only seen the fact that something is mining and that a double engineering bay is going down. That is not going to be useful information for Nerchio, although the third base is seen as well. And we have a potential drop here going absolutely nope, 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 as far as these Hellions are concerned. And while there are 2 queens here, actually, they're not going to be able to do too much either. Oh, they are conveniently moving north just as the Hellions run past there, so that's awfully kind of the Zerg player here. And back at home, as far as upgrades are concerned, 1-1 just getting started for Nerchio. And he's going to be 1-1 on melee, by the way, so worth noting. Upgrading the potential Zerglings and Ultralisks later on in the game, ignoring the upgrade as far as attack is concerned for Roaches in the meantime. You'll of course remember he does have the Roach one, and he is getting Glial Reconstitution here, but he is less focused on having them as part of his long-term plan. So what else is going on? We've got 1-1 being set up for Basior. It's actually being very, very chilled out. Very chilled out in this game. And that's because Nerchio, when he's chilled out, he actually plays some of his best StarCraft, because he just sits back and before you know it, you go, well, nothing's really happened in this game, but his creep is somehow on my front door. And Basior's coming in now potentially to clear some of that creep. There are more or less only 2 queens here. He's thinking about it, he's thinking about it. Nerchio's bringing a couple of units out to say, I'm going to try and preserve this creep tumor if I can. Oh, he's continuing to spread as well. Does he spot them? He does now. He does now! Got him! Okay. That's kind of useful. Staying out of sight, looking for when the creep tumors are going to be spreading. And that actually saves him a scan as well. Oh dear, potential anti-timing on the scan because the Roaches and the Queens are about to pop out. He's going to have to get out of dodge with that medevac. In the meantime, 4th base has gone down for Nerchio, and that might actually be a legitimate target for this mini drop here if he's able to pop over to the left-hand side. But the creep spread from Nerchio has just been so good. He wants the queen. He wants it. He wants it. He won't get it. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. The little marine that could. That's okay, though. We've got siege tanks and Hellions coming in with this next push, and that's going to be very, very effective against the predominantly... well, actually, I was going to say predominantly Ling-based composition because I remember the +1 melee, but this is all Roach Ravager. So maybe not, and I'm going to take that back. Interesting. Siege tanks, though, and Marines tend to do a good job against everybody, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Hive already coming out now for Nerchio. And we do have a Spore Claw, that is not a spy, in the back there. There's a scan to take out creep tumors. And there are some Roaches to take out some Terran. Let battle commence. Oh, an initial fungal growth, not really getting that much, but wow, the Ravager shot's actually off the back of that. Managed to kill off 2 medevacs at the very beginning of this engagement, which is excellent for Nerchio. Basior, though, still staying strong. Thinking about leapfrogging his tanks further onto the creep here. Waiting for Nerchio to give him an opportunity to do incredible damage. The tanks at the moment are doing great. One of them, oh, will get taken up by the last hit from that Roach before it goes down. There are still 2 tanks available, with the 3rd one coming in as backup right now. Number of medevacs is not quite dwindling yet, but the amount of energy that they have can potentially dwindle a little bit faster, so he has to be very careful. Basior now coming up onto the high ground. It's 122 versus 143 supply. A couple of those Roaches coming in to reinforce, unfortunately, going down before they can unleash a single shot in anger. Liberator coming down now as well. A pack of Roaches trying to pick off some of the tanks from behind. Will successfully get one, but at the expense of a lot of their number. Now Nerchio is coming in from 3 different sides. He's saying, I don't really care about your siege tanks anymore, mate. I'm just going to go ahead and steamroll over this. And the downside for Nerchio is that he's not able to pick up these medevacs. He's going to try! Oh, ever so slightly too close. But he was at least able to... Mate, you can't put a creep tumor there. He was at least able to pick off the army. So that is a successful defense from Nerchio. He is on 4 bases. Basior is on 3. He's got his 4th command center en route, though, and he should be able to plunk that down there without too much in the way of trouble, considering his siege tanks he has for defense. But the Ultralisk Cavern is coming down for Nerchio now as well. And, and once again, we have the Nidus network. I'm starting to just get used to this. Nerchio Nidusing every single game, but he's doing a fantastic job of it so far. And this Overlord is potentially going to be the route in. I wonder if he's going to move the Overlord over here so that he can Nidus both here and here. I would really like that a lot from Nerchio right now, if he can sneak in the Overlord in the middle of these 2 bases. We'll see if that ends up happening. Small drop here, looking to take out this base, and a not-so-small bunch of Zerg units looking to make sure that that cannot happen. So fair play to both players. Oh, in the meanwhile, we have another drop going on here. Well, looks like a bit of damage was done to the spawning pool, but that's about it. If there's a single queen here, there is a single queen here. There is a single queen here. Oh, God. And that goes the way of the dodo. That is an ex-medevac. Props to anyone who got that reference. Oh, dearie me. Hope you guys are having a lovely afternoon, by the way. There is the Nidus from Nerchio. I want it here, but that's okay. This will be just as good. Now, note that Nerchio isn't attacking elsewhere, so he's using this to pull Basior back, and maybe that then preps the rest of the bulk of his army. It looks like this drop is finally going to take out the 5th base, but in the meantime, he's got Nidus to deal with, and Nidus has Ultras. And that's going to be it, actually. Basior's realizing he can't actually attack on both fronts, so I'm actually going back to the game. He can see the army in the front, and he goes, hang on a second, I don't think I can deal with that because my siege tanks are all out of position. That's it. GG, and Nerchio wins game number 1 in this best of 3. This is potentially the final game in this best of 3 series. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Frost, we have, representing ESG Gaming, currently 1-0 up, and with a foot in the finals, it's Nerchio. His opponent spawning in the bottom left-hand position, representing NB, needing to win 2 games in a row to make it through. Can he do it? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Basior. Basior, Basior? Basior sounds super posh. I kind of like Basior. It is Basior. Pretty cool TVZ in that last game. Nerchio just using the multi-pronged attack with the Nidus Worms to great effect to close that game out. Basior more or less didn't try to defend it because his siege tanks were so out of place and so far away with not enough medevac to pick them up. It would have been supremely difficult. And even once he did pick them up and plonk them down the main base, it wasn't like Nerchio had an army that was going to go down to 1 or 2 hits. He had Ultralisks in his main. And at that point, it gets extremely difficult to defend. And I think Basior just wanted to save his energy to focus on winning game number 2. So that's what he's going to do here. SCV scout reasonably early on to just double check exactly what Nerchio is going to be doing. We will see, of course, the hatch followed by the extractor, followed by the spawning pool. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. And in the meantime, we have the Reaper popping across very, very shortly. Second Overlord will be able to scout on the left direction. The SCV from Basior has already seen Nerchio. And for people in chat wondering, hang on a second, did I just see Overwatch overlays? You did indeed. I'm casting the Go4 StarCraft II Cup. Immediately followed by the Gosu Gamers North America Weekly for Overwatch. So it's going to be a mammoth day for casting, and it's going to be across both StarCraft and Overwatch, so I hope you're going to enjoy that. If you want to hang around for as long as I will, which will be like another 8 hours from now. It could be painful, not going to lie, but we're going to try. We will see. Right, Reaper coming in now. Can we get a worker? We got a worker! We got it, but now he needs to get away. He urgently needs to get away. He's going to be able to do it as well. Very nice. Basior's Reaper control has been great in both games, actually. He killed 3 Zerglings, rather. I keep thinking it was 4, but it was 3 in that last game, and he managed to get a worker kill this game. So what Nerchio needs to do this time around is basically more of the same. I'm going to macro up. I'm going to fill half the map with creep. I'm going to get a Nidus Worm in your base. There's going to be Ultralisks in that Nidus Worm, and you're going to lose. The question for Basior at this point is, how is he going to stop that? It is not that clear at all. But that is the problem he has to solve here on the latter edition of Frost. So a lot of switcheroos going around, and we are favoring the Hellions once again out of the factory. I honestly don't think they did all that much in the previous game, so I'm a little bit skeptical. Oh, and Basior actually not producing at the moment. Is that because he wants to get another CC down? He was maybe thinking about it, but he now does start the double Hellion production. He briefly, like for a split second, went up to 400 minerals, and I thought maybe this is going to be like super fast. But third CC is already almost complete there. So when I saw that in the tab, I was like, no, hang on, it can't be that. So, single Liberator getting produced this time. So Basior going for a little bit more of a an approach to do with harassment. He can also potentially get rid of some of these Overlords that have been annoying him more or less since day 1. Because on that last map, Nerchio's field of vision was again just absolutely superb. So the Liberator will be able to help some with that, and he'll also be able to maybe force Nerchio to build an extra queen or stick some spore crawlers down in his mineral line. So definitely not wasted, even if it gets seen early on. Now here come the Hellions and Reapers moving on over. But don't forget, in Legacy of the Void, at 4.5 minutes, this is actually like quite a long time. And there are 3 queens here with the edge of the creep spread. Nerchio should be able to comfortably defend this. And all Basior can really do is sit on the edge of creep and look to pick off a couple of creep troopers. I think without additional bolstering, it could be very difficult. Is that the Liberator? That is the Liberator potentially coming in as well, though. And I guess with Liberator support, this could change. We'll see. The Liberator seems to have flown past several Overlords at the moment and decided not to take a shot on any of them. Okay, he has... No, he hasn't killed the one over here either. What's going on? This guy. I think he's on a blind scouting route, but I thought he was actually going to go ahead and pick a couple of units off. Maybe not. Okay. This is the Tourist Liberator. I can deal with that. And in the meantime, 1-1 has started on the part of Basior. Liberator's gone all the way over to the end here. God, this was... I mean, this was a laborious journey to basically get turned around. I would have preferred that Liberator kill a couple of Overlords, to be perfectly honest with you. But he is at least starting his third base. These Hellions are trying to do a little bit of barbecueage. And actually getting 3 Hellions to survive that was pretty good, I have to say. Number of workers killed so far, 6 versus 0. Basior doing an alright job. These Lings now also going to be forcing Basior to lift his 3rd command center. Are we going to get units there in time? Actually, we will get units there in time. But not before we stream in some SCVs one by one to have them killed off for free. That's slightly painful. But that's okay, because now we have Marines. Okay. More attack damage via Liberators coming in now. 7 versus 3. Both sides looking to do their best to do as much damage to the other as possible going into the mid-game. Both sides really just want to tech up. You see Nerchio here just waiting for that layer to finish upgrading so that he can go ahead and ping some more higher tier units out. In the meantime, Basior, he's waiting for 1-1 to complete. He has got stim already, at least, but no combat shields available. He's now going Marine tank, rather hard. You might as well drop Marine and bring a tank with that. Or not. Okay. It's fine. We'll YOLO it up. And these Overlords, as a result of them not being taken out earlier by the Liberator, should be able to see everything. So this is slightly awkward. Liberator going down over there. Double drop here. It has been seen by the Overlord, so Nerchio is going to be able to bring units back. You can tell that he's seen this. Dropping in the corner. He can take on 4 roaches. That should be okay. But instead he's going to come here and try and deny this base. I think he is going to get it. Yep, there's the denial. Picks off the worker as well. Killing off both of the Ravagers before going back into the medevac. I like this move coming out of Basior. Just patiently killing off as much as he can value-wise to force Nerchio into spending all of his gas and just making him run out of economic options a little later on in the game. He has to do that pretty constantly, though, throughout a long game of StarCraft for that to actually happen. So we'll see if that ends up being successful. Nerchio, in the meantime, has successfully managed to put his creep spread towards the middle of the map. Now, we're now at the 8-minute mark in this game. And Basior right now, he's doing all right, but I wouldn't say he's making massive inroads into Nerchio. This base was cancelled, but look, we've only gone up by 1. 8 workers killed so far, and the number of workers on either side is 67 versus 65 in favor of Nerchio. So, reasonable economy at the moment for both players. So the economic damage that the harassment has done really hasn't paid off just yet for Basior, but now he's looking to push out across the middle of the map. Is he potentially going to be honey badgering it? He's going to have to do a very, very good job. Now, this is actually a big arc, and he might be able to separate this base off from the rest. So this could end up being very good. We can see Hellbats as well here instead of Hellions. There's the initial fungal growth, and here are 3 medevacs that are, going to instantly go down. How many medevacs left? Just 1 with this army, and that could end up being pivotal for Basior here. Nerchio has done a fantastic job of targeting those medevac game after game after game. And okay, it's not as satisfying as fungal growth on like this clump right here, but 3/4 of the healing in this army has suddenly gone to absolute dust. And here comes Nerchio. He's moving in for the kill. Is he going to be able to get it? He's currently 1-0 up. If he wins this engagement and wins the game, he will be through to the final. The Go4SC2 cut. That's an awful lot of DPS, though, coming from the Marines in the back. This is actually going to be really tough for Nerchio. One of the siege tanks goes down. The second one goes down as well. But the Marines are absolutely cleaning up on the left-hand side. Nerchio now sweeping in from behind as well. And he's going to be able to do it. He moves forward with the last siege tank on the ground. Gets taken out. Just 1 left in the medevac. And Nerchio pushes on with a supply lead of 141 to 117. Now, this is a little bit of an odd timing for Nerchio. By this point, he normally has the Nidus up, he's got the Ultralisk Cavern as well in terms of engagement. But Basior might have engaged him slightly earlier than the previous game because the Ultralisk Cavern is only about 50% done at the moment. So Nerchio's going to have to wait a little while. Just a little while for this to occur. And again, Tourist Medevac has followed Tourist Liberator. These Overlords are marker cones. They haven't been taken up by anything. I do not like that from Basior. It's allowed Nerchio to get comfortable amounts of map vision. We also have sneaky counterattacks, by the way, going on the left-hand side over here. And look at this. No way. I'm hiding in plain sight. Is this actually going to happen? Really? Nerchio had about like 45 seconds warning that this was going to happen. The second medevac does get completely pushed back, but this one in the main base is actually doing a reasonable amount. Oh, I say that. The medevac goes down. That's a little bit painful. But a lot of lings go down here. This is good value. Spore Crawler will go down as well. Quick, we must stim to kill the building. Oh god, the building is even dead. And there we go. In the meantime, this counterattack seems to be comfortably defended by 3 siege tanks. That actually went okay for Basior, because at the end of the day, he finally got some more workers killed. So 65 drones versus 63 SCVs as things stand. These lings were annoying, but they are now very, very extinct. And a rather large Ling Ravager-based army is on the way now. Where's the Nidus? I can't believe there's no Nidus. Nerchio not playing with the Nidus this time around. Basior coming back through the middle of the map. These siege tanks now threatening, and there's a 4, 5, 6. Nerchio's looking for the fungal that will kill the medevacs like he did in the last game, and it's not forthcoming at the moment. Basior's back up to 171 supply versus 170. He is neck and neck with Nerchio, and he might actually be able to take this game if Nerchio cannot muster the forces together to kill this off. Finally, here come the Ultralists. Will it be enough? There are only 2 Ultralists with this composition right now. The Marines are in an excellent position, though, and the arc on the back is just really, really good for Basior. Nerchio's army is disintegrating. Great transfuses on the Ultralists, but now they're all gone. Here comes a third one. This is actually really close. The siege tank count is going down for Basior. He has 3 now in the back. He probably needs to siege these up to try and get as much splash damage done as possible. The last Ultralist. That could be a movie in its own. The last Ultra, ladies and gentlemen, might be enough to do damage that Nerchio needs to fend off this attack. They're both going home. 99 supply for Nerchio, 137 for Basior. Nerchio definitely hurting right now. And Basior managing to keep all his medevacs alive. That is the difference between a fungal growth killing off 3 of your medevacs at the start of your engagement and absolutely none of that happening whatsoever. Basior had stim for days, and he has plenty of healing to keep this army going. That makes such a massive difference in these kind of engagements, and Nerchio there was not able the second time around to use Infestus to the best visibility. He's making 4 more though at the moment, so let's be super patient. It is possible. Basior, though, I think he knows he's in the lead right now. He's looking to potentially extend his advantage. There's a Ling counterattack coming in here from Nerchio to try and disrupt. This is not a planetary fortress, which means a good number of workers are going to go down. Here we go. 4, 5. This is actually the first substantial worker count that has gone down this game. And from 5, we've gone up to a count of 17 workers killed. Oh, wow, and it's gone all the way up to 20. This is actually really good. A couple of siege tanks going down. Jesus, Nerchio! Where did you pull this out from, mate? Oh, my gosh. SCVs being pulled to kill off these as well, and Basior is now going for what might be the final engagement. 27 workers killed. Basior down to 39 SCVs. Is this going to be it? Nerchio moves in with everything he's got, and everything he's got has a lot of Ultralists in it, so we shouldn't actually take it lightly. Basior, GG's! Nerchio, where did that one come from, mate? Rabbit out of the hat. And by a scoreline of 2-0, Nerchio moves into the finals of today's Go4 StarCraft II Cup. Congratulations.